Okay, now for the cost of goods sold budget. Now, similarly, the ending inventory, I've already found the value. So technically, I could really make this really a short work of it since they use all the same numbers in this problem. So we went through here and we figured out the cost per unit individually for each and every one. The way they show this in the book is they separate them out by the product cost. So we have my direct materials, my direct labor, and my variable overhead, my fixed overhead. Now, based on all these numbers, I already went ahead and did what the cost per unit is. So I'm going to go ahead and make kind of a second column here. And they don't really do this in the book, but I'm going to say this is my per unit amount. So I've already found these. My direct materials per unit is 14. My direct labor per unit is $1.90, and my variable overhead per unit is 16. Oops, I referenced the wrong thing. My bad. My direct materials is 14. My direct labor, I thought those numbers looked weird. My direct labor is $30.40. My variable overhead is $2.28, and my fixed overhead is $3.04. So then I can find my total, and I'm gonna do this both on a per unit and in total. Now it goes on, this problem says everything the same as the prior problem. The variable rate is $1.20. The chair takes $14 for direct materials. And it says they expect to produce 20,000 chairs and expects to have 675 chairs in ending inventory. So, and it says there's no beginning inventory. So this is a new business, so they just happen to have 0 left. So my total per unit is the total of all these. If they think they're going to manufacture 20,000 units, I can figure out what the cost is for 20,000 units. So I'm going to put my units up here, 20,000 units. Units produced, units manufactured. And then I'm going to take each one of these individually, the direct materials, direct labor, variable overhead, and multiply it by 20,000. So 14 times 20,000. And then I'm going to continue to do the same thing for all the rest of them. 3040 times 20,000, 228 times 20,000, $3.04 times 20,000. And these are all the numbers. I just did it all at once to make it a little quicker. So that's our amount if we did units produced. Now what I did here was I went equals $14 times 20,000 and I hit the F4 button, and that puts a $sign before and after the C. And what that does is that makes the row and column stay the same even when I use the fill handle. So that makes it so that it automatically keeps that one. It anchors that one to where it is at 20,000, then multiplies each one of these by 20,000. The cool thing about building it this way is that if I wanted to change how many units I produced, it'll automatically shift these numbers to make it so that you don't have to rebuild this spreadsheet every time. Instead, it'll automatically do it for you. But we're looking at 20,000 units for this one. So this is 994,000 is my total manufacturing cost. Total manufacturing cost. Now, my ending inventory is what I have left over, which means everything else I sold. So if I subtract, I say less my ending inventory, which in this case is going to be 675, because it tells me that's how many units, times the 49.72, the total cost per unit. If I subtract that from my total manufacturing cost, that would be everything that I sold. Now, if I had beginning inventory, I'd have to take that into account, but in this case, I do not. So I had started out with 0. I manufactured $994,000 worth of product, and I had $33,000 worth of product left over. So the cost of goods sold, or the cost of what I actually sold in this case, is $960,839.